Before we begin, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs clarity, and subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos, where ancient wisdom meets the modern world. Your support helps us bring more life-changing Stoic insights to those who need it most. Now, close your eyes for a second. Think of the last time your mind felt cluttered, when your thoughts spiraled, your emotions surged, and your focus crumbled under the weight of anxiety, regret, or fear. You're not alone. But nearly 2,000 years ago, one man had already mapped this terrain of the human soul. His name was Seneca. And his words, razor sharp, brutally honest, yet profoundly healing, continue to echo through time. In this video, we will explore Seneca's most powerful truths, not as dry philosophy, but as a lifeline. Prepare to be challenged, prepare to reflect. These words may hit you hard, but if you allow them in, they might just set you free. Segment 1. Who was Seneca? Lucius Annaeus Seneca, philosopher, statesman, playwright. Born around 4 BCE in Córdoba, Spain, Seneca rose through the ranks of Roman political life. He tutored the Emperor Nero, survived political exile, and wrote some of the most enduring texts in the Stoic tradition, including letters to Lucilius on the shortness of life and on anger. But don't mistake him for a distant academic. Seneca was a man of contradictions, wealthy, yet preaching simplicity, in power, yet championing self-restraint. What makes his wisdom so enduring is not that he lived a perfect life, but that he wrote with fierce honesty about how imperfect life is. His teachings are battle-tested. They emerge from betrayal, exile, near death, and ultimately the order to commit suicide, which he accepted with dignity and calm. Why do his words still hit us hard? Because they speak to the chaos within all of us and offer a clear way out. Segment 2. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. This is perhaps Seneca's most quoted line, but have you truly felt it? We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Think about it. How often do you lose sleep not because of what is happening, but because of what might happen? A future that hasn't come, a conversation that hasn't occurred, a failure that hasn't materialized. Seneca teaches us that the mind is a projection machine. It creates suffering twice, once in thought, then again in experience. And most of the time, the second suffering never even comes. He writes, "Wild animals run from the dangers they actually see, but we are tormented alike by what is past and what is to come. Your imagination, left unchecked, becomes a weapon against yourself." Insightful takeaway. Instead of trying to predict or prevent every possible outcome, accept what is. Prepare for what may come, but do not live inside the storm before it arrives. Daily practice. When anxiety strikes, pause. Ask, is this pain from a real event or my mind rehearsing a fear? Segment 3. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. This quote slaps like thunder. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca's essay on the shortness of life is a wake-up call. He argues that life feels short, not because it is short, but because we squander it. We spend years chasing status, accumulating wealth, seeking approval, arguing online, numbing ourselves with distractions, then wonder why fulfillment feels distant. Seneca writes, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. We treat our time as infinite until we run out of it." Thought-provoking insight. What if you budgeted your time like your money? Would you still spend 3 hours a day scrolling? Challenge for the week. For the next 7 days, track how you use your time. Then ask yourself, how much of that was aligned with the life you want? Segment 4. He is a great man who uses earthenware as if it were silver. Here, Seneca drops a subtle but powerful truth about contentment. He is a great man who uses earthenware as if it were silver. Translation: gratitude is not based on the object, it's based on your attitude. Today, we've been trained to think that joy comes from acquiring the newest, flashiest, rarest things. But Seneca flips this on its head. True freedom, he says, is enjoying what you have as if it were the finest in the world. A simple cup, a small room, a quiet walk, these are treasures if your eyes are open. Deeper reflection. How different would your life feel if you treated the ordinary as extraordinary? Segment 5. No man was ever wise by chance. Wisdom is not an accident. No man was ever wise by chance. In an age where we want quick fixes and instant insights, Seneca reminds us wisdom is earned through effort, through reflection, through pain. You don't stumble into inner peace, you build it. Seneca was relentless in self-examination. He wrote nightly reflections, questioned his actions, and measured his emotions. His practice of philosophy was not passive reading, it was daily training for the soul. Application tip: start your own Stoic journal. Each evening ask, what did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What can I improve tomorrow? This simple habit, practiced consistently, will change your life. Segment 6. Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling. This one cuts deep, especially when life doesn't go your way. Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling. Seneca isn't promoting fatalism, he's encouraging harmony with reality. When you resist what is, you suffer twice. But when you align with the flow of life, when you accept, adjust, and act, you find peace. This is radical Stoic acceptance, not passive resignation, but active participation in what life brings. It's a form of courage to meet fate on its terms. Modern translation: you can't always control the wind, but you can trim your sails. These words from Seneca may sting. That's because the truth often does. But remember, the wound is where the healing begins. Seneca's wisdom is not meant to impress you. It's meant to awaken you, to shake you out of mental autopilot, to remind you that you are not here to merely exist, but to live deeply and deliberately. So, which quote hit you hardest? Comment below. Let's grow together. If this video offered insight, reflection, or even discomfort, then it did its job. Help spread this message by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Virtue Over Chaos. Together, we bring ancient wisdom back to life, one mind at a time. Thank you for watching. Stay grounded, stay stoic,